Somebody on the floor. Fantastic.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be speed running through episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Love is Blind Season 9 because I'm tired of being behind. I mean, I'm still 3 episodes behind, but I'm tired of it. I'm running a train through these episodes. Hey, call me Sir Topham Hat. I'm running a train. Episode 4, Edmund and Calabria. They meet. It's beautiful. Edmund cries, because of course he does. The man loves to cry, and good for him. He prances like a deer.
My first love letter.
It's great. He gives her a very sweet letter that just says how much she means to him, and it's an all-around good time. I saw this couple meet, and I was like, still rooting for this couple, my favorite couple at this point. Nick and Kate. In general, I don't think you should speculate on someone's sexuality. It's nobody's business but their own. But when you start saying shit like Nick, your internalized homophobic ass needs to be called out, diva. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Nick. Nick says he has a quiet relationship with God, which means that he doesn't go to church, doesn't follow any of the, rules and regulations, doesn't give a shit. He just wants to suck up to God. So he thinks he'll get in heaven that way. Kate tells Nick, my mom had cancer. I saw her suffer for a long time. She had tumors growing out of her head when she died. Like, she suffered. And to me, there's no way a benevolent, loving God could exist and let that happen to my mother. And Nick's like, yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, I could see how that would, shake your faith for sure. And they kind of end it there. Kate's also a little skeptical of Nick because he says, I love you so fast. And she's like, this feels a little much. This feels like performative. It feels like you're putting on a play for me, diva. And it's so funny, too, because earlier he was like, if we're going to fight, you should just throw it at me. I can take it. My dad taught me incredible conflict resolution. He's that kind of guy where he's like, I can talk my way out of anything. I can bring the peace no matter what. And as soon as they have the tiniest conflict about her feeling like he's not being authentic, he just turns into a big baby. He gets so defensive. And she's like, so you don't like fighting, huh? And he's like, no, I don't want to fight. And eventually he asks Kate, just straightforward, hey, would you ever consider having a relationship with God again? And she was like, motherfucker, did you not hear me? My mother was built like the swamp from Shrek. The amount of tumors she had growing on her body when she suffered in her death. No, I'm not doing the religion thing. And he's like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? What the fuck? And all I gotta say is, Kate, you dodged a bullet. Nick and Annie, these two deserve each other. They really do. I was so bored through this episode. Whenever they come on, unless Nick is saying something just overtly gay, trying not to be gay, conversion therapy speak, I pretty much fast forward. Annie brings up that her ex, who she was engaged to, she found out he was cheating on her because she went through his phone. He had all these messages from girls. And Nick's like, dude, that would never happen. If you look on my phone, you're just going to find me texting the boys about what my dick looks like that day. I'm sure she would, Nick. Dog, and then Nick says, first of all, Nick says, how would you feel if your child was LGBTQ+? A straight man would say, how would you feel about your kid being gay? A gay man would say, how would you feel about your child being LGBTQ+? And she's like, I mean, I wouldn't be excited, but I'd still love him. All that bullshit they say. And he's like, yeah, I feel like it's just a fad. It's just what's in right now. I feel like kids just hear it from other kids and they're like, well, I guess I'm this way too now. If kids were just so easily influenced by what they see, that's where we get heteronormativity. Cis-het. Because that's all kids see in the media growing up. When I was growing up, there was no gay shit in the media. I mean, maybe rarely, but definitely not when I was a kid, a little kid. And diva, I knew I was gay from 6 years old. So, what's going on? My Barbies were kissing and nobody told me to do that. The peer pressure comes from people who are gay pretending to be straight. The calls coming from inside the house. house. Nicholas, pick up. Also, even his mom thought he was gay. His mom asked, she was like, I'll still love you if you're gay. Annie and Brendan. I'm going to be honest, this couple is also pretty boring. Brendan's just the other guy Annie was talking to. He really wants to be with her. She breaks up with him. Yeah, I literally wrote down, I'm on my phone during this. I have no notes. Patrick and Casey. Casey says her ex told her to go on this show. I mean, as if we didn't know what Casey was here for to begin with, but like, damn, you're just putting it all out there, huh? Oh my God, dude. And then she starts talking nasty to this man.
I'll kiss you from your neck all the way down. And then I'll probably put my mouth all over you.
And the whole time, and then he's on the other side of the room. He's like, oh, okay. Yes, Patrick, give us nothing. Also, they get engaged. So, whatever. Megan and Mike. Mike continues to think he's better than everyone and that he's the best choice and talks shit on Jordan and the other dudes in hopes that that'll somehow make him more alluring to Megan, and it doesn't. Megan and Jordan. Megan lets us know she got a lower back tattoo at 14. Megan says she feels like he has BDE, and he immediately is like, absolutely not. You're going to go ahead and be SDE. Diagnosed. Formally diagnosed with SDE. And I love that he's not trying to be like, one, act like something is not, or have to put on this facade of masculinity like Mike does. He's just like, oh no, if you're looking for that, you will be disappointed. And Jordan says he's really found purpose through his child. He used to think like, what was the point to life? Why are we just working and dying? But when he had a kid, he was like, this feels like my purpose. And now maybe a partner could also feel like my purpose. Sweet guy, got no notes for Jordan. Episode 5. Brendan and Annie. I thought they broke up last time, but I guess they break up this episode. Whatever. I was not paying attention. Mike and Megan. Mike continues to be a douche. He's like putting on his shoes. He's like, well, I'm leaving. Unless you're picking me, I'm walking out. I'm walking out. Trying to get her to be like, no, Mike, please. You're the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, Mike. Please. And she doesn't. Instead, she's like, you're making this really fucking hard for no reason. And he's like, sorry. And I don't know, Mike seems like a wall puncher. I think no cameras, we would have saw a different reaction. But Mike is like, you know what? Wish you the best. Hope things go well. Toodaloo. They break up. Megan and Jordan. This one, my God, hello? Megan and Jordan get engaged. This one goes very fast. They get engaged and then they later see each other this episode. He likes the way Megan looks. She likes the way he looks. They're having a great time. They're like one of the strongest couples at this point. Annie and Nick. They get engaged, and Nick's like, will you be my wife? Ned Fulmer ass. Nick comes in. Dude, the guys hate Nick. Nick comes in to the guys' lounge and is like, I'm engaged. And they all the guys know that Brendan has just got broken up with. And
we're getting married.
Nick and Annie meet. There's something about the walk. I hate to nitpick.
Annie.
Hi.
Casey and Patrick. They meet.
How are you?
Casey, what is up?
Patrick is really impressed. He's very attracted to her. Casey, I think blacked out the entire time and doesn't remember a thing. You can just tell Casey is not impressed. She's not happy. She's so overtly overcompensating with like just kissing him repeatedly. She's kissing him, but when she talks to him, it sounds like she's being held hostage. Patrick comments about how great she looks, how happy he is, and all she says is, look at this ring. And when they go back to their little separate rooms, instead of one final look, she beelines, fucking takes off down this hall. There are the little speed clouds coming out from her feet. She books it. And Patrick turns around for the last look, and it was pretty much like this. Let me recreate Patrick looking back, thinking he's going to see his fiancée looking lovingly at him. Episode 6. Casey ghosts Patrick. It's just what happened. She meets up with Patrick. She asks to meet up with him in the hotel. And she's like crying. She's like, I love you. And they're going to try to make it seem like I don't like how you look, and I love how you look, but I just can't do this, and I can't do this show, and I just gotta go home. She just keeps saying, I can't do this, I gotta go home.
Like, are you trying to break?
No.
And he's like, okay, yeah, we don't have to go on the vacation. Like, we can just go home. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. This poor man is confused the entire time. He thinks they're just not going on vacation. And she's saying, if I never see you again, it won't be soon enough. And she's doing the thing again, like I said, she's being overly physical, overly affectionate, kissing all over him, touching his face, jumping in his arms, like she did at the meeting, because she's trying to prove to him, see, I don't think you're unattractive. Look how much I'm kissing you. And I think that was planted the second she saw him. She knew she was going to break up with him, and she was like, well, I have to go in hard so he doesn't think it's because I'm not attracted to him. Even though they have tape. Hey, you're on camera. Hey, there's a mic. It works. They have her saying, I'm just not attracted to him, and I don't see it growing.
I just unfortunately don't think, like, my attraction to him is going to grow that much.
I really did feel bad for Patrick. He was very sweet the entire time. He was very understanding. It was rough. It was a rough watch. My first couple I have written down, because I saw them first, is Nick and Annie, and it is blank. They're there. They're in Baja. He's still gay. Jordan and Megan. Jordan and Megan are having a great time on this vacation. They're doing, like, yoga, and they're having a ball. It seems like they're really getting along. She talks about penis tickles.
Yes.
Head tickles.
Very much so.
Penis tickles.
Yes, very much so.
Getting along too well for the cameras. Hey, you can say that offline. Thank you. Anton and Allie, again, having a great time. She does call him out for kissing with his eyes open. That's weird.
I love you too, baby. You're the best.
Mm-hmm. Don't kiss with your eyes open.
Your eyes were open. Why were they open, Anton? And she does say that she's, like, annoyed that the ring she got was only $5K and not $10K.
Anyway, so we had to do this.
5. It needs to
think she
be
said it
like
was like
10.
Whoa!
As someone who works 2 jobs and goes to school and is currently paying off, like, $6K worth of vet bills, 5K is a fucking lot. It's a lot! That shit pisses me off. Who gives a fuck how much your ring costs? Does it look nice? Do you like it? It could be $30. Aren't you a little worried if your marriage is good? We're focused on the wrong thing, diva. Madison and Joe. They're pretty boring in the beginning, but then it gets weird. Joe does say he's typically into thinner women. Did he have to say that? Not at all. He says, the physical attraction will come later. We have the emotional. The physical will come later. Later in the night, Madison comes back to the little villa and Joe is passed out. And she goes to check on him and he wakes up and he's like, What are you wearing? All fancied up? Where have you been?
Joe.
No, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Are you okay?
And she's like, the pool party. You were there. You came up here because you were too drunk and then you passed out. And I think he's just still drunk. This is only a few hours after the pool party where they all meet each other. And he obviously got too wasted and is now still probably pretty drunk. So he's saying weird things. He's confused. And Madison is worried. She's like, did you hit your head on the way up here? Like, what's going on? He's being annoying. She's worried. And it's also like, yeah, you're here with a stranger who is now acting very odd. And, you know, if you're not around people that have been drunk like that, it can be really scary. You're like, does this person need to go to the hospital? Speaking of the group meetup, the pool party, what a time. At the pool party, they all kind of talk about how everybody has had sex except Calabria and Edmund. Megan says that Jordan is the best sex she's ever had in her life. And I believe her. And I don't think Jordan is like an all-time sex wizard. I just think Megan has probably been with really shitty, selfish men that never really cared about her experience in the situation, you know? Now, Calabria says she wants to save sex for marriage, and Edmund is a little pressed about this. Edmund then just devours her toes in public, which was... Anyways, but speaking of old Edmund and KB... Okay, so this is the episode everyone was like, Edmund may be weird. He may be not a great guy. So we see them initially in the episode in their little villa, and Edmund won't kill a bug. She's like, kill that fucking thing. And he's like, no, I'm going to take it outside. I don't want to kill it. Literally couldn't hurt a fly. And we see this kind of progress later when they're having dinner, and Calabria is like, let's say a big, strong man comes into the club we're in and grabs my arm. What are you going to do? He's like, I guess I'd go get security, or like, I don't know, talk to him, ask him what's going on. And she's like, you wouldn't fight this man? Okay, what if he's your size? You wouldn't fight him if he's touching me, he's grabbing me. And Edmund's still like, I'm not a confrontational, like, aggressive person like that. I wouldn't say, I'm not going to put my hands on him. I'd go get security. I'd, like, be logical about it. And I understand both sides. You do want to be with someone where if you were in danger, you'd know they'd at least, like, try to help you. And maybe Edmund doesn't get it because he's not a woman and he doesn't know the fear of just being grabbed by a fucking man. Also see him being like, I'm not an elevator. I would try to de-escalate, play it cool, you know, talk him down. That's probably the safer route. I see both sides. And then we end the episode in Edmund and Calabria's hotel room. And they're talking about the pool party. How everybody but them are having sex. And Edmund crashes out. Calabria is like, this is special. I want to save it for our marriage. In the past, I haven't saved it for someone special. I've had one night stands. And that's what really sets Edmund off. He's like, you would have sex with men you just met, but not your fiance? Thinking that she's placing those men above him, even though she's saying, no, I didn't care about them so much that wasn't important to me like it is between us. And I've seen a lot of discourse online about, you know, is Edmund potentially autistic, on the spectrum? Is this a result of PTSD, that he's kind of emotionally reverting back to the time he was traumatized? But Edmund, I mean, cries reacts like a child who you told can't get the toy at the store. He's I'm surprised he didn't throw himself on the floor and like start kicking his feet. It was hard to watch, but it was genuine. Like, you can tell whatever Edmund is feeling is rough.
I'm too fucking nice. It be fucking me up. I'm too fucking nice.
And there's something, and maybe it's me, but something about seeing a man get really emotionally elevated to the point where he's like crying and doing that kind of angry cry and like fidgeting, that I am like, there was a point where I was watching it where I was like, is he gonna get violent? Which, I don't know, maybe that's just how I feel whenever I see men getting emotionally worked up, because so often they react violently. And from what I've seen from Edmund, I don't think that would happen. But it must have been scary for Calabria, because she's almost kind of like, I think Calabria may have been a little scared because he was acting pretty erratic. And she's like, hey, baby, it's okay, baby. Hey, look at me. It's okay. I think she's trying to calm him down for like her own safety and peace of mind. And we've heard about Edmund's upbringing. He's probably severely traumatized. He probably has a lot to work through. But you're not going to make it in a marriage until you work through that first. And Edmund, baby, I love you. I think you're a sweet guy. You got a lot to work through. And KB, that is not your responsibility to work through it for him. Anyways, we'll end it there, folks, on such a good note. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again. I'll catch you next time. I don't know when. I'm going out of town soon. Sorry. Catch you in the next one. Please, until then, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below, just based on the first 6 episodes, who's your most and least favorite couple of the season so far. Signing off.